Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Natural Misfits podcast. And we have finally reached the epilogue of the Rise of Tiamat. Now, to catch you all up, last episode we finally tangoed with Egorigen, the ancient blue dragon, and Titanic, the leader of the Prismatic Guard. After a lengthy battle, Egorigen was finally felled, but by then, when they had not managed to subdue Titanic, the mask's ritual had been complete, and a portal to allow Tiamat through opened up. And last we saw, Tanithil, in his weird jaguar form, jumped at the mask and tried to pull it apart, succeeding because of a massive explosion that not only engulfed him, but also Titanic and Aja. As the light calms down, we cut over to a young green dragon during the fight who just witnessed what happened, and he's like, "They they killed Egorigen. They stopped our goddess." And an ancient red dragon nearby, just unsure of what to do, simply just shouts, "Retreat! Retreat!" And all the dragons begin to turn tail and flee, including many of the cultists down in the battle, while some end up getting caught and arrested. Now, going back to all of you, uh, Aja,
Yep.
you are severely disoriented from that explosion.
Ugh.
You try to move, but you feel an aching pain going down your spine.
Just lays there for a minute, lets the pain set in, you know?
I'm just gonna lie here until the pain goes away.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, he can't run away from the pain. I mean, he's a snake and he has a long body. So that's not gonna work. He's just gonna lay there for a sec. As he's trying to process what just happened.
Well, as you lay there, you feel something damp underneath one of your hands.
Looks.
It's blood.
diet.
He just kind of like. It's like it's, blurry eyes until. Wait, you know? Like,
It's like, you gotta do a double take.
yeah.
Like, alright, it's like the beacon continued
Like,
beam.
oh, it's blood.
It's like
Wait a minute.
it's the beam continue beam. Like, oh look, blood. Huh? Doon doon doon.
Yeah, he's confused.
Do you want to try to set up?
Yeah, he tries to sit up.
Make a strength check.
You just said I didn't need my stuff.
Well, not to fight, but at least just roll the dice to make a check.
I was all like, I'm gonna get my character sheet. You're like, no, you don't need it. I was like, I need to get my character sheets.
This is just a check. Like,
Yeah,
you don't.
I don't.
Just roll the dice.
I
Like,
don't
that's
have
all it
any-
is.
don't-
Okay, fine. Do you want me to roll for you?
Oh no, I got this. I already went through the trouble.
I guess I'll do it.
Okay. Oh shit! Not 20. Only one Aja's ever rolled.
As you pull yourself up with a little bit of difficulty at first, but you pull yourself up, and the pain is still there, but it's not as prevalent as it was when you briefly woke up. But as you finally, what would you say, you got to your full height, or you just, like, got yourself up enough that you can just look around?
He's kind of like hunched over a little bit over it, and he's looking around. He could have swore Titanic was just here.
As you look down at the blood and where it probably came from, because you notice that you don't have any. Well, you have cuts, but not enough that would cause that amount of blood loss. When your vision finally clears and you look down, to your horror, you see a severely damaged Titanic, both of his arms blown off and one of his eyes missing.
Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
Seems to almost instinctively wrap his body around him. As if trying to warm your dead body.
Titanic just simply looks at you. Be honest. I ain't looking pretty, am I?
We're young. We're young, T. We never were. We never have been pretty.
Touche. I can't feel my tail, and I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my arms. You know what I meant.
My ears burn.
You're always such a joker. You know I'm gonna miss you, right?
But you are incredibly naive, you know that?
Some people would say that was my talent. So, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something.
I can...
He means like as a whisper.
Yeah, he gets close to you.
Uh,
Trust.
As you lean in, he whispers something to you. I'm gonna... What he whispered to you, you can choose to keep it to yourself or share it with the others.
Looks at you, shocked.
What? You think I had it in... What? Do you think I had it in me?
Like an idiot. What the shit? If you had this individual, why? Why did you do all this stupid shit?
You really never did see the bigger picture.
No. I would imagine I never did. It's not like you tell me anything. This is the first time we've spoken since the raid.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it'll also be the last, so... Say your piece.
He just huggles your body, trying to keep it warm, trying to stop the bleeding futilely.
You always were too soft for your own good, literally and figuratively.
Just hold you close. Shut up. This isn't funny, man. You're hurt bad. This isn't like when we were kids and I could just fix you all the time.
I never needed fixing.
I can't rescue you this time.
Yeah, well... Life is a bitch. With that, he lets out like one last little ragged breath, and then his head slumps into your shoulder.
He starts to cry.
I take it the rest of you are watching this in just respectful silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Who's ever arresting the rest of the people know that it's just a Yanti they're after. They don't know which.
I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out when they see the body.
I mean, they're both Yanti.
By the way,
Big scary Yanti behind you.
Mm-hmm.
really again, you all are watching in respectful silence when something catches all of your eyes.
Huh?
You all see an equally damaged yet still breathing Tanithil.
Oh,
Fuck.
Gertrude is going to be, oh, goodness. And she's going to try and go over as fast as she can.
And you're gonna race with him.
Religus drops his mace and like rushes over.
Well, that wasn't smart.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Wasn't smart, but I'll give you bonus points for epicness.
Yeah, it was kind of epic, but no, seriously. Looks at you. O'Malley just looks at you and just huggles you.
everybody huggling everyone.
Yeah, that's all they can do. He tries to pick you up.
Did I at least win?
Yeah,
I think
We did.
you stopped.
I think we definitely
Yeah,
did.
you stopped it.
I think we did.
Lefane, considering how damaged Tenethil looks, like he's missing a couple limbs, like half his face is like fucked up.
Oh.
Like, are you gonna try to heal him?
All
Yeah.
my hair is basically gone.
Just make a
Hmm.
medicine check with advantage.
Can I?
Advantage. Ooh.
Wait. Can I try? I am
Mhm.
a cleric.
Wait, are you checking?
Yeah, maybe the cleric.
Well, okay. Both of you make a. Okay, no advantage. Just both of you roll a straight medicine check.
Medicine check. I
Well,
don't need a medicine check. I'm a fucking cleric, bro.
Just roll.
Do what the DM tells you.
Okay, because I have regeneration. That's a
Follow thine direction.
Okay, I got you.
God,
13.
this is like a scenario where you guys are just talking to each other, and then I go over to him, and then I go over to that guy, and then I go over to him. I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh
What
my
happened?
god.
Wait, okay, what did O'Malley roll?
13.
Okay, Lefane, what did you roll?
16.
Oh, yeah.
You both look him over to the best of your ability, but the magic of the mask is something far beyond either of you can comprehend, and the damage is fatal.
Oh.
It's
Steve,
unfortunate.
Steve uses his book to make like a little resting place for Tenethil's head. C'est la vie, mon ami. Religus is gonna place his hand on Tenethil's chest. Fuck. I'm gonna miss you, man.
So will I.
He, Tanithil takes the stump of whatever's left of his left arm and just places it on top of Religus's hand to the best of his ability.
That gross,
Like-
but I'm not like in his mind. He's like fucking gross, but I'm not gonna ruin it.
Okay.
I mean, it is
Gross, but
cauterized,
okay.
but
Are the rest of you gonna place your hands over it too?
I will respectfully stand with head behind that. Just
Well, he's
You had a
Airy and God, O'Malley are just kind of there. They don't know what to do. But
Takari will
Airy
join Religus.
Airy decides to turn a little fox form and just kind of nuzzle.
Oh.
you had a good run.
Hand on the lower leg so that there's more room for others to crowd close to him.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
I'm gonna
was one hell of
I'm
an
gonna guess
adventure, I'll
Aja
never
does not
say
come
that.
over. He's just too busy crying over Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know Tenna felt like
I know that's fair. Like I'm also gonna say this during this time, the rest of the party, like well, not all of them, but some of them caught up, like Sputnik, Kokolkin, and Luke. Luke goes over to Titanic and like wraps an arm around your shoulder, and Sputnik and Kokolkin will approach you. Approach you all. Kokolkin just somberly pulls off his hat and gets on one knee, and Sputnik just simply looks down. His face isn't the kind that has any emotion, but he respectfully like thumps his chest. And Anethel, any parting last words to give?
try not to fight, and I'll see y'all later.
You all crowd around their respective bodies and hold them until they go cold.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Shit.
cut down to the courtyard. Like cultists are getting round up. Like Sam is like overseeing any of it. Some of the survivors of the cult include two of the Prismatic Guard, Drama Throw and Zanidi. Zepbok, the Satyr sub-leader, survived. Astrid and Jonesy survived as well, as did Jason, the Verdan. They're all like tied up and like being carted. Um, Snow is like Snow, while next to Samuel, is like looking up at where the fight took place, like with like a little worried whimper. Barry is like nursing like his arm as he also overlooks the prisoner transfer. And pretty much all I'm gonna say like several minutes of this passed, like maybe like 15 minutes, and then I'll turn to the direction of the doors opening up, and you all stride out carrying the respective bodies of Titanic and Tanithil.
Mhm.
Oh wait, and the body of Valentine.
It's one of those things I'm gonna say. O'Malley, he's kind of just there. He's sticking to his shadows for now. His armor has not regenerated, and anything in day is just awful for him. He just waits and watches.
As you all respectfully place the bodies among the other fallen, Kupari, make a perception check.
Okay, you got it.
At least that's what he said. He's fine. Just he's not ready for this.
16 plus 7.
Um,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 22 total.
23.
23 total.
In the distance, you all hear Kupari sees it first, but you all hear like shouts of surprise, and in the distance, you see what looks like a small portal open up, and Gecko, the one mask wielder who was unaccounted for, and several cultists are fleeing into the portal. And at the very last end, there's Kupari's mother, Sirava.
Kupari gasps in sight, and she wants to go after her.
Sirava, as she reaches the edge of the portal, looks back at you, and boy, with your perception, you see tears are falling from her eyes before she goes in and the portal closes.
As she sees Sarifa enter the portal, all Kupari suddenly feels a lot of remorse and sadness. She had failed to rescue her mother yet again.
You're gonna, I'm gonna say, like, did you like fall to your knees or something or anything?
Yeah.
Well, as you do that, like, Steve is like gonna help steady you.
No. I did it again.
Hey.
I failed to rescue her.
Hey. Breathe, mon ami.
You can find her again. I'm sure of it.
But we don't even know where that portal goes.
I'm sure you'll find eventually.
She's the only, like, she's one of the only family I have left. I need to rescue her.
And you will in the future.
I'm kind of surprised that you haven't come to the terms that we all don't have family here, and we were each other's family at one point or another. We still are.
I suppose you're right.
We have
suppose you're
to
right.
Be happy with what we have, because keep chasing after something that's unattainable is not healthy for people.
Before I do a time skip, does anyone else have anything they want to do in the aftermath of the fight?
I
No,
can't think of
everyone's
anything.
pretty much done on my end too.
Mhm.
But Aja kind of looks at everyone. For the brief time I got to be around you guys, I had a lot of fun, even though it seemed like brief seconds. I'm glad you helped me find my brother. I can never thank you guys enough.
You heading out?
He just dropped a bomb on me.
No, If it's personal, you don't have to tell us.
I don't care.
It's not our
he is
business.
gone. Apparently, I gotta go on a different adventure. I hope to see you guys again.
Hell yeah! Like, I'll have some beer left over. I don't know if you like beer or something.
I like tea.
Okay,
Thanks
yeah.
anyway.
We'll get some tea. Do you like Earl Grey?
One of my favorite teas, actually, but I actually really like cherry blossom tea.
Yeah, I mainly prefer mint, but yeah.
Each their own, then.
You're a tea. Yeah, when it comes to you, have good taste.
I really like jasmine too.
So with that, Aja, you want to take his Titanic's body with you or leave it be?
He's gonna take the poor man.
And when gathering up his fallen brother's body, he slithers away into the dust and the beyond, followed by Luke. And that was the last you ever saw of those two. We now cut.
Sorry,
No,
to
go
interject,
ahead.
But which sucks, by the way. His character sheet was such a bitch to make.
Mhm.
I mean, there's that. That doesn't mean he won't return in another campaign. Mm-hmm.
True, I can't wait.
Yeah, don't worry. I have plans. Don't worry.
Cool. You can continue.
Very good. We now cut to about 2 to 3 weeks later. It is raining heavily as you all look down at the 4 coffins being lowered. Inside them all, respectively, are remains of Charlemagne, remains of Titanic, the remains of Valentine, and Gunga's glaive. Is there anything any of you would like to say?
Thank you. Thank you all for helping us come this far and to overcome an obstacle that almost seemed impossible. Without you, we wouldn't have done it. Your efforts will not go down in vain.
Amen to that.
Gertrude takes off her shawl, folds it up neatly, and places it on top of Tanathil's coffin. I imagine we'll meet each other in the afterlife when all is said and done.
I was just crying, but she's like the dramatic crier, you know.
like Snoopy crying.
It's more like dramatic crying. Can't seem to let it go. These people were our family, and I can't believe this has happened.
Sam is
They're
like
so strong.
Sam is like wrapped an arm around you, and Snow is giving you like a little comforting lick on the cheek.
He kind of tries to, be a big girl, but it still sucks.
Even Cha-Cha, who's there, gives you like a gentle nuzzle from behind.
Mm. See, I think Choser will just politely say something about he hasn't known the group for as long as others. He hopes that wherever fallen comrades are, they're in a better place.
Okay, and in a mournful silence, still on top of Granny's shawl, LaFane will place a tiny wooden lute with cat hairs for strings on top of it.
And Steve, having drawn like a massive, actually really impressively done portrait of all the teammates you guys knew over the years together, he folds it up and places it on top of Gunga's. Kulkin takes out his gun and fires off a shot of in remembrance to them. Sputnik again remains silent, but gives like a respectful nod. And with that, the bodies are lowered. And as that's happening, Religus, out of the corner of his eye, sees O'Malley in the far back, watching from a tree, his expression unreadable. And Religus decides to approach him. Well, what is going on in O'Malley's head right now?
Right now, it's just I've lost everything. Valentine was my family, and he is no longer here. Tennisfeld became a good friend of mine, and he's no longer here. Well, so it is. It was gonna happen eventually. I always outlive everyone else. And it's one of those things he's drinking too. Like, he's already drinking. Like, he has been drinking since
Too
before
much.
dawn. I'm surprised he could still sit in a tree.
Tanithil approaches you, not saying anything, but he just stands beside you.
When did I come back from the dead already?
I wanted to see if you would. I wanted to see if you would catch that. I'm so glad you got it. You've been silent.
Necromancer in the
You've
cloud.
been so silent. I wanted to be like, I wonder if I could make her talk.
The hidden necromancer in the crowd be like, no. We do things my way.
No.
That would have been Aja if we didn't mind. Also, we did Surgeon Simulator a couple of things back. Why couldn't we make this work?
God, I remember that episode.
That was one of our best episodes.
So yeah, Religus approaches you, not saying a word, just stands beside you. Do you offer him your drink?
Looks at you and is just like, you wouldn't be. What? Right, I forgot the voice I gave.
Oi, feck! Oi, feck!
All right. He just sits there. God, we're supposed to be serious, man. Okay. He just seems to be looking at all of it happening and drinks. Looks at you. Aren't you going? Sorry. My voice is trash. Are you gonna go over there with the others?
I'm good right here for right now.
You might as well go.
You guys, the two of you just sit in silence for a little bit before you both say one thing that you both agree on. Life is a fucking bitch.
At least, well, I know it's definitely not a whore.
And,
Takes whatever it fucking wants.
alright, now, after this scene, we're doing another time jump, and, starting with, Religus, he, we cut to Religus. I'm gonna say 1 month later. He is approaching a circular gravestone. It is somewhere in the countryside. There is just a very old, dilapidated farmhouse not too far away. He sits down, looks at the stone, and etched on it is Adela, loving wife. And with his magic, he's going to summon a flower and place it on the tombstone. Hey, love. It's been a while. I made some new friends like you wanted. Not the normal kind of friends you'd expect, but some wild ones. I haven't done a lot of druid stuff since you've been gone. Quite a mess I've become, eh? He softly scratches Azul's neck. But I've survived. And I honestly think I'm doing a lot better. I wish you were here. His rats just crowd around his scarf and just give him like tiny nuzzles, as does the bat. I forgot what I named the bat, but as does the bat, giving like a sad little like squeak. Did any of you accompany Religus to his home? His old home?
Amari did.
Yes. For those who don't remember, Amari is the deaf elf warrior, the deaf female elf warrior. She comes up behind him, sits down, and just leans against his shoulder. Neither of them say anything or do anything. They just sit there in silence. I'm going to say time has passed since the defeat of the cult. About maybe a little over a year. Starting with Chilzer. What have you been doing during that time? You have not left a team. What have you been doing during that time?
What have I been doing during that about a year?
You did not think about it at all, did you?
To be honest, I haven't.
God!
And look, we've been away, we've been on vacation, so I was like that. It was completely out of my mind. So yeah, it slipped my mind. I think what I'm gonna have him do over this time, since he hasn't left the group, is while I assume the group isn't active during this time, they're not taking on jobs or going on adventures or anything, right?
Mm. Well, I mean, some of them can if they want to. Like, the group has disbanded, but some may take... A few of them may take... One of them or two of them may take the odd job here and there.
I see. For now, I think he wants to go and study what happened to him to see if it's reversible, and if not, I guess improve upon it, like perhaps find new gadgets to make or improve upon mechanical designs of already existing
Improve his
ones.
condition.
Things like yeah.
And by condition, you mean the spider eyes, right?
Yes, spider eyes.
Yeah, no, those are there to stay. Dorothy made sure.
But yeah. They are there to stay. No one taking them away.
Anything else he's been doing?
No, I can't really think of. As mad scientist it is, like, oh, I can study all sorts of weird shit.
Alright, Pari. Same question.
After everything that's happened, Kapari has decided to go back to the one who was looking after her ever since she got out of the cult in the first place. An old wizard named Rudell. However, Kupari has not gotten over seeing Sarita's regret entering the portal. And neither has she gotten over her remorse for failing her a second time. So she's been asking Rudell about potential magic and if there's any way to potentially find a way to get to Sarivha. But along the side, Kupari is wondering if she truly is chasing something that's unobtainable. Am I doing the right thing? I have to rescue her. But is she really beyond? No, that can't be it. I saw her regret. She seemed, and she wasn't always like this, especially since dad is gone. But I think he'd want to see that she's doing okay, and somewhere that's not dangerous and corrupt and capable of corruption. I have to keep going. But am I just chasing something pointless? I don't know what to do.
All right, LaFane.
I've been practicing jewelry making with some of the gems that collected over the travels. Just keeping her hands busy while she acts as support for the others. Occasionally going out and exploring, maybe bringing back a little trinket or two if they've got an interesting story.
Eri. What has Eri been up to with Sam?
Hitna?
Yeah, I've been talking this whole time, and I forgot I muted during your scene. Elkis.
Oof.
Eri, it just feels weird because the player's not here, but okay, here goes. Eri decided to go ahead and live with Sam after everything, after the event. And during that time, they both decided they wanted a family. Well, more like it was a surprise. A welcome surprise.
Oh.
And they ended up giving birth to a beautiful daughter.
Aww. What's her name?
Kana.
Aww. Anything else has been happening during that time?
She's trying to find answers to where her tribe is. And during this time, Sam is trying to give as much support as possible. You see, Eri was traded off with a bunch of smugglers that bought exotic pets. And
Did you say exotic pets?
I didn't mean to. So she's trying to find answers. Her brother is equally trying to find answers. They're both just trying to find where they belong in this crazy world. But Eri stops looking after a while. Because she's already found it. Her life with Sam is all she could have ever asked for. And her brother hates every minute of it. But he loves his granddaughter. He loves his granddaughter too much to leave.
Don't you mean niece?
Yeah, well, he's gonna say grandpa, because he's old.
Is he the cool grandpa?
Because Kana's first words were pop-pop. And so he just became pop-pop. Or grandpa. Even though that's not the case. So she's living her happily ever after.
How about Snow and Cha-Cha? What have they been up to?
Snow and Cha-Cha love Kana to no end. They love her so much. When she was born, Snow didn't know what to think. At first, very cat-like. Where it's like I hate you because you're loud. Or, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Also, you get the cuddles now? That is bullshit!
Yeah, there's a little jealousy going on. But for the most part, Snow came around to loving her. Came with peace offerings mainly because Kana didn't like certain foods when she was a little baby. And she kept dropping them on the floor.
and Snow lapped him up.
Oh, yeah. They became a tag team from hell after a while. And as far as Chacha's concerned, that's how Kana gets around faster now. Cha-Cha pretty much is like the family pet. Kind of keeps everything in line, more or less. And if she's gone for too long, Cha-Cha's the first one to get worried. So he'll go look for her. So they kind of grew on each other.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, anything else?
That's all I can think of for right now. I mean,
no pressure.
That's all that's really happened.
All right, and how about O'Malley?
O'Malley. After about 10 times about... Yeah, I'm going to say about 10 times of trying to unalive himself and not being successful, he gives up.
Like, maybe... Did he go to, like, interventions for that part, at least?
No. There's no help for something that's wrong with him personally. He's going to live a long life. He's going to lose people. It comes with the territory. And a life he never asked for. Yes, he acts happy-go-lucky all the time, but that's just something he's always been wrestling with. I'm gonna live forever, and no one else is going to follow. Everyone's gonna die sometime, so I might as well get used to it. So he's been seeking his comfort in the bottom of every shot glass or flask he can find. The booze that's getting into his flask these days don't seem strong enough for what ails him. As he seems to just kind of wander the earth, or whatever this place is called. As he just seems to wander around and not have any particular way he's going. On his travels, however, being drunken and stupid, apparently he was mistaken as a warlock and got lynched.
Oof.
No, he's fine. It's funny because he probably he knocks out for maybe in a couple of hours, and then he realizes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can.
Is O'Malley immortal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, O'Malley's always been immortal. He is he's a vampire lord. That
Why do I never remember these things?
It was never mentioned. No one ever asked.
Well, I mean, it came with the idea of him being immortal, considering he's a dampier.
Well, he's not. He doesn't know how bad it is. He's always been told he was a vampire, but he's not. He's a vampire lord. It gets worse. He didn't know this growing up either. Going back ways, and I'm so sorry for eating so much time. To know more about O'Malley, you would have
You're good. We got time. We got plenty of time.
Through more of his storyline. His origins were simple at first. He stayed with his mother most of the time. She was a trader. She owned a whole dock. She owned a couple of boats, and all she had to do as compensation was have one child. Well, O'Malley was that one child. John O'Malley was that one child. And the Paladin Corps that was kind of funding this whole thing was just trying to keep up with O'Malley. The reason for this is because vampires, werewolves, warlocks, sorcerers of any kind, by this Paladin Corps standard, were evil at that time. That is not the case anymore. Even tabaxis were carried with some sort of curse back then. Humans were relatively new to the idea of anything else that wasn't human. So he was a part of that whole debacle. The whole crazy shit. So they started breeding, half-breeds or full breeds depending on what was needed for job assignments. So her being a vampire and his father being a vampire lord, they decided to go ahead and breed both of them for her own freedom, really. Because at the time, mankind kind of ruled everything with an iron fist, especially anything that was not human. So she lived a relevantly normal life, all things considered, but her son started displaying weird things at a young age, such as allergies to the sun, which was to be expected, but not to the extreme of which this was. So again, the Paladin Corps, Serafina, kept funding her to find potential, not cures, but band-aid solutions to what's going on with O'Malley back when he was a child. Anyway,
If I could just cut in real quick, god damn, I gotta applaud you for how much detail you put into your characters. I gotta applaud you.
thanks. Thank you. I rarely make a character for nothing. O'Malley was my pride and joy when I made him. So was Aja. I enjoyed playing them both very, very much. But not to
It
get
shows.
off topic.
It shows. Like, no, this is a role. I mean, this is the epilogue. It's not like it's not like it's like changing anything. It's like I'm just applauding you.
Thanks. So anyway, back to current events. He could join on the high seas for whatever it's worth, but for right now, yeah, no. He's thinking about a lot of shit right now as he's lynched up to that tree.
Wait, would you say that he would join Religus for like maybe like more dangerous dark missions, like just give himself something to do, or thinking it would just kill him?
He needs something else. He doesn't mind joining Religus for certain missions here and there, but for the most part, he doesn't talk much on y'all's missions if you do. Now, the reason why I say during current events right now, him being lynched to a tree, LaFane, you are traveling around, right? And selling trinkets?
Yep.
She finds
What
him
a
lynched.
sight!
She finds him lynched.
You do! Because you're coming past a crossroads with another town, and apparently they were having a warlock infestation, so they have them hung there like Christmas lights. And you see O'Malley there, and he's just like, he's looking at you like, please get me down.
Wait. How perfect would it be if Granny was also happy to come by at the same time, just and said hello to LaFane, only to notice O'Malley? Like, Robbie, would you say that happened too?
I can imagine she's just like on her way back to her house after the adventure. She's like, what the heck is going on over there?
Oh, hello.
Like she sees LaFane, like, LaFane, how nice to see you. Oh my god!
Just like, hey, hi.
Heavens.
He just looks at you guys like, can you guys please get me down, please?
Yeah, that's a quick retrieval of you.
Yeah, he lands on the ground pretty well, but kind of gets up like a fawn just learning how to walk. I don't even know why I'm coughing. I don't breathe. He has to think about it. Hi, Granny.
He's just like, yeah, why am I doing that? Hold on.
Hi, Granny. Hey, LaFane. It's definitely been a while.
What? Oh.
I got mistaken as a warlock, I guess because I'm really good at what I do. He smiles, toothy grin.
I don't know why, but the way he started, he's like, oh, by the way, have you seen my jaw?
Yeah. It's because I'm allergic to onions, and people don't know that, and I ate some, and so now my mouth is swollen.
Oh, it's like the scene from Hotel Transylvania. Oh, can I ask that? The onion thing, is that true? Yes, I get to have it. My throat swells.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys look like you're doing great. For proceeds to lift the flask to his mouth. What have you guys been up to?
I was just returning on my way home.
Hello, Lefane. You look like you're covered in gorgeous trinkets.
I've been busy. What about you? You're the concern at the moment.
Fine, it's not like I can bloody breathe anyway. Also, this blasted armor, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse anymore. I guess he, travels with Lefane a little bit?
Also, since you mentioned O'Malley has also like lately he's also gone out to see it. Why don't I imagine seeing him singing the Wellerman song?
He knows how to sing it very well.
yeah. He's just drunk doing it.
He is very drunk. I want to say Lefane's gonna be the maybe one helpful, and if Granny equally helps him, I see that he will be able to eventually recover from what's been going on with him mentally. He might actually stay with Granny for a little bit until she eventually passes.
All right.
I mean, like odd jobs.
She's always down for visits, but like she prefers living alone.
Yeah, no, he'll live in the
I thought you were gonna say some shit like, "Oh no, he'll live in the chimney. It's fine."
It's one of those. He realizes your barn house looks like real dilapidated, like your house, and he can't let you live there like that.
All right. Well, Kulkin, after finally avenging his parents by killing the Red Wizard leader, he himself heads back to his hometown to pay his respects, reunite with some other family. He would eventually come back, maybe occasionally visit Granny too, bring her some food or something. He would also join Religus and O'Malley and Amari on some of the quests they go on, like some of the more dangerous ones. And maybe get into like a firing match against Jesper, like who can shoot the most bullets while drunk, who can shoot the most bottles while drunk. O'Malley would probably get in there, but he would probably O'Malley would probably try to join, but then somehow end up the target.
That is pretty damn accurate.
It's like what is that called? Like a skeet shooting? Like it's like pull, and it's O'Malley getting shot. He's like, I got the wrong line.
Yeah, that's about right, actually.
Bruh.
All right, Locke, what has Barry been up to?
Well, Barry decided to team up with Sputnik and invented the very first food truck in this world.
Of course he would.
Excellent.
Sputnik, I don't think partnered up with them. I think he just gave him. I think he only helped him just to like. No. He agreed to help with the food truck, but but without knowing, Barry made him the mascot of the food truck with him. So he's pretty much stuck. He's pretty much stuck as a waiter.
Yeah. He also tried to get some help from Nix Bix and
Mix and
Naquack.
Naquack. Oh god.
Yeah, that didn't really go over well and fired them basically the same day.
With those goobers, of course.
They kept getting into the ice cream.
They're like beautiful butterflies. You just need to let them go. No, more like a goose. They're more like geese.
Right now, he currently has his he has set up shop in at Baldur's Gate for right now. He has yet to find the perfect steed to pull said food truck or food cart to take it from town to town. And so far, it's been doing fairly well. There's been a few competitors trying to sabotage it, but to no avail.
All right. And what about Parma?
Parma. She is staying with Jasper as promised, learning martial arts and hand-to-hand combat during the day. But at night, she tries her best to do stand-up comedy at local pubs and
God.
taverns.
How
How
many
does
times
that
has like
go?
Jasper had to come in and save her from heckling?
Oh, you have no idea how many times. She has also gotten a little bit bigger since the last time. I'd say she's almost about the height of a fully grown dwarf.
So like age-wise, she would probably be like mid to late teens.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
say closer to early teens.
Okay.
Yeah, she's small for her age.
And she's learned how to do her bubble breath.
Yep, she's gotten a little bit of control at that.
So now for a moment that's been in development for a long while. Gertrude.
Oh. Yes.
You are sitting in what looks to be apothecary. Someone is scribbling notes. And a familiar voice with a French accent then asks you, "Are you ready for this?"
I've been trying to find someone who could do this for 30 years.
Very well. And he takes out a small flask of a glowing magenta liquid. Just so you know, this would probably hurt.
Do it. I'm not scared.
He then sets up like a medieval style IV and attaches it to you. And then, taking out one of those giant doctor syringes, he injects about a cup's worth of the liquid and puts it into the IV. 3, 2, 1. He flips the switch and it begins to go inside you. At first, you just feel a tingly sensation, but then the pain starts to ramp up pretty fast. Do you want to maybe try to make
Ah! Oh gosh! Darn it! I thought you said this would hurt a little. Not this much.
theoretically?
Do I want to do a what?
I forgot. I was gonna ask, like, do you want to try to like do like a check to like brace yourself through the pain? But I don't know what kind of check that would be.
It's probably fine. I don't think we need to.
Constitution.
Constitution? Okay,
Sorry.
it's Constitution.
I can deal with that.
All right. Do it with disadvantage though.
Okay. Where's my dice? There is my dice. I have a +10 to my const. Where the fuck did it go? There it is.
All I hear is, I got a +10 to my Constitution. Where the fuck did it go?
It's like I was shaking the dice. I dropped one, and I swear to God, I heard it hit the floor and just disappeared for a moment.
The timing was so perfect. Just okay, my Constitution is
Where
a
the fuck did
+10.
it go?
Where the fuck did it go?
Okay, so I got a 9 and a nat 20. So the 9 plus 10, that's a 19.
Oh yeah, you managed. It's still a little rough, like to feel, but you managed.
It
You
hurts.
managed to get through the pain without making another
Yeah,
noise.
I grit my teeth. I grit my teeth through the pain.
And as that happens, like your veins start to glow that same magenta purple, as slowly the horns your horns start to disintegrate.
The fuck is happening?
And the fur along your arms and legs slowly starts to evaporate as well. And within the span of about 3 minutes, Gertrude, you are now back to being human.
Oh, I thought for a long time I wouldn't be able to look like this again.
As you're all doing that, Steve opens up the door to the waiting room where like LaFane, O'Malley, Kukulkan, Barry, Parma, and like a couple Relegants, like everyone is just waiting to see how it went. And you
for just I know some players arrived later, but early on it was Gertrude was a human and she's cursed, so she's not really a Minotaur, and so she's been looking to get that fixed. So just for the newer players,
I just think it's
that's what's
funny.
happening.
O'Malley will look and be like, "What the fuck?
did you shave Granny?
Uh,
The curse is gone, I think.
I
Hopefully,
mean, wasn't a curse?
it was. You arrived. You joined our team later, but I told everyone a while back. It was one of those red wizards, rapscallions. They cursed.
A curse.
That may be over, but the biggest challenge you have left, Granny. We're going to cut to regular.
Hold on. I gotta see.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
sorry, I had to sneeze.
Jesus
I'd sneeze.
Christ!
Sorry, go on.
That part may be over, Granny, but another challenge is waiting for you. And
Yep.
as we're gonna cut to a certain home that only you know, and you are slowly and anxiously making your way up to the front door.
Oh, kind of like tapping the cane nervously.
Yeah, in the distance, some of the party members who came to join you are like giving you a thumbs up and like encouraging you.
They're like, yeah, go do it.
What are you going to do?
Granny's like tapping her cane nervously. She finally, shakes her head, and just gives a knock on the door.
The minutes seem to stretch on into hours. They don't, but that's what it feels like to you.
Yeah, feels
until
like it.
Finally, the door slowly opens, and you look down and see a 7-year-old half-orc girl looking up at you with pride eyes. Granny?
Hi, sweetie.
This is Miette Braithwaite, the 7-year-old...
Braithwaite.
Sorry. This is Miette Braithwaite, the 7-year-old adopted daughter of John and Rose, Gertrude's children. Granny!
Hi, sweetie.
And she jumps at you, giving you a giant hug.
Well, don't knock me over. I'm still 90 years old,
Yet, honey, what is it? And you look up just in time to see your daughter, Rose, approach the door, followed soon after by her husband, Reginald, and their son, John.
Hello, everyone.
I got that wrong. You see you see your daughter, Rose, followed by her husband, John, and your husband, Reginald.
No.
Oh, God, I screwed it up. God damn it, I screwed it up.
Reginald died. He's been dead.
God damn it, I screwed it up. My bad. Case in point, you're reuniting with your family.
Yeah.
I like to imagine, like, if we ever made this into a comic, the part where you're reunited they keep looking up at me as I'm trying to remember the names on the list and everything.
It's like, no, this is how it happened.
No, my husband's dead. Well, I'm sorry, it's been a while. But yeah,
hello, everyone.
as everyone in the back, you all watch as Granny reunites with her family. Like, everyone just sharing a big, giant hug. Like, Religus is actually, like, Religus is smiling, Steve is holding back tears. What are the rest of you doing?
Like she watches happily, but looks down to the side, knowing her own family situation.
Looks like Kupari. Wanna go get a drink?
Before you go, Gertrude is going to turn around and beckon everybody. You know, she is going to celebrate and make a big feast for everyone, family and party included.
Aww.
He's not too sure about that. He's not ready for this.
And before, as he's thinking that, he's just grabbed by the arm and pulled into the house. And as you're pulled in, you're like, "Son of a bitch!"
Fucking fine.
And well, the months come and go. Everyone, you all just enjoy your time together, be it through different adventures, just chilling out, eating food, playing games. But of course, not everything lasts.
Taking the odd job.
Yeah, but of course, not everything lasts. And the last time the whole party got together was to attend Gertrude's funeral.
She lived a good 5 more years past this, so she would have been 95. Died of old age.
We both know how he's sad.
I don't say anything, but I do leave her a petrified robin's egg.
Ooh.
You do the what?
I leave her a gift on her grave.
Ah. Fine then. Then Steve is the one who gives an actually moving eulogy about Granny. He goes into detail about how she may have been old, but she was tough. She may get cranky at times, but she had a heart of gold. And she made a wicked batch of oatmeal raisin.
Oh yeah.
And
I think she still had a dozen cookies left that she made.
So, okay, let me get this straight. All the parties there?
yeah, everyone. Like everyone who's not dead.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, except Asha and Luke. My bad. Except Asha and Luke.
Yeah, it's sad.
Though I will say, you guys got an anonymous letter addressing the death of Granny. So maybe it was Asha.
Well, so that means that Sam, Ari, and I remember her.
Yeah, Sam and Ari are at the funeral.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. See this little bitty fox.
Wait. Would you say that during the 5 years that your daughter knew her, she actually would have liked Granny?
She would have liked Granny a lot.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say this. During those 5 years, once in a while, you would have Granny babysitter.
Yeah. And I actually forgot her name. It wasn't Kana, I don't think.
I think you said Tana.
No, it was Luca. Call her Luca.
I forgot your own daughter's name?
Yeah, cause
Wasn't it Kana?
it was Kana. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just stay it now.
So,
It's gonna stay.
with all was said and done, the party didn't stay long after that. Sputnik left first, wishing to find new horizons. The same for Kukulkin, who gave you one last tip of the hat before he walked off into the sunset. I'm gonna guess Sam and Ari left the party because they wanted to focus mainly on raising Kana.
Yeah. They did, and she started displaying a lot of magic at a young age.
Like her first magic attack was like freezing. Her first magical attack was freezing Steve's mouth shut when he was telling a story.
Well, she's never met the other party. This is the first time at the funeral where they've seen this little bitty fox.
Oh, really? Like during those five? Well, they had to have met her because didn't you say during the 5 years, Granny we agreed Granny babysitter?
Oh yeah, so some of them did see her from time
But
to
I
time.
want to say like her first magical attack was freezing Steve's mouth shut when he tried to tell her a story.
Actually, it's ground-based. She's very good at plant
Oh.
magic.
My point still stands. She uses a vine whip to like silence his mouth.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
LaFane, what eventually caused you to leave the team? Or what eventually led you to decide to just head off on your own?
It was time.
Felt it in your bones.
As it were, yeah.
About a month after Granny's funeral, the only team members left are Chilzer, Kupari, O'Malley, Religus, Barry, Parma, and Amari. And eventually, the last one to leave was Steve. He had finished writing the story of the band of Misfits, and he decided it was time to head home. It has been a wild ride, mon amis. I will surely miss you all.
I never understood a word you ever
That's
said.
that's okay. I hate you too. Religus gives Steve a thumbs up as Omari gives him a friendly sock in the arm that actually does hurt.
Crying. Oh my god, that was so bad.
And so, eventually, the 7 remaining party members are sitting at a table, just enjoying a nice, delicious dinner cooked by Barry. And as that is wrapped up and the dishes are being put away,
Yeah.
they are suddenly enveloped by a bright magical light. And they all, soon after, they all wake up in a cell. And they all notice the different characters in the cell looking at each other, and all at the same time, you all think, who the hell are these guys? And finally,
Dun, dun, dun.
and finally, across the room, you hear someone go, "So, what are you guys in for?" And that's where it ends.
Dun, dun, dun.
But before we finish this up, Aja,
Present.
you and Luke are traveling through the jungle, like this dense jungle, until you finally come across a huge stone door etched with ancient Yanti hieroglyphics. Titanic's coordinates were real. And you remember the instructions he gave you on how to open it.
He proceeds to cut his hand on the palm and put it in the slot.
The blood seeps through to the symbols, which start to glow red, and the stone door slowly opens up. And ahead of you is a dark tunnel. What do you want to do?
Go in.
As you slither in, Luke behind you at the ready, you slowly make your way through this cave, which is dimly lit by the bioluminescent bugs and mushrooms and algae that naturally grow there. And eventually, you hear footsteps approaching you.
Footsteps.
What do you want? What do you like? What do you want to do?
He kind of morphs his shape to look like a giant. Not giant. I guess he's already tall. God, this man is tall. He morphs his shape to look more like a dragonborn and less like a Yanti.
Anything else you want to do as the figure approaches?
He kind of looks at Luke in kind of a knowing manner as he proceeds with caution.
As the footsteps move closer, you make out a very odd rattling sound.
He says something in Yanti. A greeting in Yanti. It's like
Okay, Slytherin.
yay! I'm very talented.
The rattling comes to a close before suddenly an aura of red appears in front of you. A small floating orb of red. And you and Luke are face to face with a black cloaked figure that looks to be made head to toe. It's a skeleton, but it's made of fragments of various kinds of bones. This is a bone collective.
That is
As
terrifying.
it looks... Would you want a picture of what it looks like?
Sure. I didn't know how
give me
he
a
will
sec.
react accordingly.
Alright, I'm putting in a monsters.
Okay. What the fuck? Holy shit! My poor bear dude, man. He's gonna look at that and he might let out a little, you know? Out of a
Like he
big
actually-
giant man.
like he Scooby-Doo jumps into Luke's arms.
If he could, he would, but he's too big for that.
The Bow Collective merely looks at you, its mouth agape, before it speaks. You are the blessed one
Oh,
that he spoke of.
fuck. No, he is! Oh, fuck, man. That
Is
sucks.
it true?
Wants to pretend. Yes.
Come with me.
Looks at Luke like, oh god.
And with surprising fluidity, it turns around and starts rattling back to where it came as the two of you follow behind it.
Oh,
You're like trying to keep your cool and like...
he is.
It leads you to another door, this one a normal looking one, that it pushes open, leading to a surprisingly somewhat advanced laboratory where other bone collectives are working. They all turn in unison to look at you as you enter.
It's like, ooh. You know? That face where it's like, ew. But like a
The blessed one has arrived! Do you know why he sent you here?
he's trying so hard to keep his composure. He is shaking so bad. Oh my god. He looks at you, trying not to look at you, but looks at you. The snakes finally talk. He's here because of Titanic's daughter?
That is not the reason for this place. I suppose we'll just have to show you. And so he gestures to a corner of the room where you see a faint glow.
Looks.
You're gonna have to approach it.
Yeah. cautiously. Everything around here is terrible.
Yeah, as you slowly approach it, like there's like the bone collectives are moving out of the way. Do you want to also like get a perception check of what the room is?
He's not gonna look up from the floor right now.
Which is a shame because, well, you're gonna have to roll a perception check.
Fuck. Okay, let me get there. Perception. Here we go. 29.
You hear giggling from up above and rattling. And looking up, you see a familiar sight that kind of angers you and annoys you. It is Pradaya, the bone naga that guarded the monolith you and Titanic found when you were kids.
Great. You're here.
She doesn't say anything, but if she was flesh and blood, she would be leering at you.
Fuck you too. I'm pretty sure this is all you're doing anyway.
As you near the glow in the corner, you find that it's a glow coming from some kind of capsule. That's pretty much almost as big as you are.
The fuck?
There is a single window. You want to look inside?
Yes.
As you look in, your blood starts to run colder than it already is, as you see a perfect replica of Titanic resting inside, before it slowly opens its eyes. Hello, brother. And that's where it ends.
Fuck. That's terrifying.
And with that, we have reached the conclusion of Rise of Tiamat, everyone.
This was a journey.
That was
Hell
a
yeah,
journey.
We did it.
I am sorry to... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Lefane.
No, I was just unmuting.
I am sorry... Well, I am sorry to say that Robbie and Jesse, the players of Gertrude and Lefane, respectively, will not be joining us next campaign, simply because they just want to take some time for themselves. It's not permanent.
Yeah.
It's not permanent, but for the time being, they're going to keep to themselves. But
Yeah.
Jesse, Robbie, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say it's been a pleasure playing with you both.
Absolutely.
We have more campaigns coming down the line, folks. We have one coming in September, and to keep you guys from wondering too much, it's going to be set in Eberron.
That'll be fun.
And we will return. We will see you all next month. Thank you all again for following us on this crazy journey of hijinks. We know we're not the best when it comes to this game, but in the end, we all had freaking fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, from the bottom
Indeed.
of all our hearts, thank you so much for following and enjoying our content. Until next time, this is the Misfit Gamers, and we're logging out.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.